Welcome back to more Genealogy to Hollywood. So last time we beat Chapter 7, which went alright, I guess. I mean, I did get all my plans done, and yeah, it ended up in a very satisfying manner. But anyway, now this time we're talking substitutes, but this time for Chapter 7. There are 4 characters to talk about this time, and starting off with kind of the mascot of this little miniseries, because I like the design. Daisy, who replaces Paddy, obviously. So, main difference with her is she is not of, she doesn't have any holy blood, obviously. So yeah, because of that, she grew up in an orphanage in Connaught with her brother, and she basically She basically resorted to thievery and stealing to help support the orphans. Um, because yeah, if you aren't familiar, Connaught is the Thracia, and Thracia has really poor living standards because yeah, it's not a great place to live, let's just say. I'll go into more detail about that later. But anyway, in terms of character, she's very similar to Paddy, except I guess a bit more childish, which we'll see in one of her secret events in this map. And yeah, she's still a very carefree, optimistic, bubbly person as well. But yeah, I do like her design-wise. I think she looks really cool, especially as Cypher art, which yeah, I actually got a full art image for. It was done by Sachi, both of them in fact. I'm showing her promoted Cypher art, but her unpromoted one still looks really cool and really cute. And yeah, I think her design also looks pretty interesting too. I don't know, pink does look pretty good on her, I will admit. But anyway, as a unit though, I'm going to be a lot less kind. She's awful as a unit. Now, in the substitute run, she's really all you have for a thief. So, I guess that's fine. Because, yeah, stealing is good, and the substitutes really need the help they can get, considering they have no inheritance. So, her thievery really helps with that. It's just that her stats are awful for that. Mainly because, yeah, her growth rates are awful, and her base stats are barely any better than Dew's. So yeah, all she can really do is steal, and that's it. Fighting wise, even after promotion, it's gonna be an extremely uphill battle. Which yeah, that's unfortunate. But hey, at least stealing from stationary enemies isn't too bad for her, because yeah, you saw how I was using Dew and Paddy in their low levels. It's just that, yeah, once she is promoted, she's not going to be able to do as cool things as those two, mainly because of her poor growth. But yeah, I will cut us with Sack here. She does start with the Sleep Sword, just like Paddy, of course. That can allow her to get through the arena pretty easily, because she is naturally kind of fast. She has the Miracle skill, which is definitely, again, that can also help her get through the arena, because, yeah, she's naturally fast, she should have decent avoid, and yeah, she can make use of Miracle's extra evasion to cheese arena battles, obviously. Kinda like your Dancer. Kinda like Sylvia and Lean, basically. But yeah, outside that though, yeah, she's a horrible unit to use. Because yeah, like I keep saying, her growth rates are bad. Let's go over those growth rates now. And I'm going to put into perspective how bad they are as well. So, we're talking 50% HP, 10 strength, 10 magic, 30 skill, 50 speed, 30 luck, 20 defense, and 10 res. Yeah, her combat growths are 10% both. Which, I mean, there's one unit that I trained who had a 10% strength growth and they became very strong, but she had a 20% growth because of a item. But anyway, enough about that. So, her base stats are very similar to Dew as well, but what about Dew's growth rates? I did say he did have pretty good growth rates, so let's remind ourselves. 50% HP, 40 strength, 10 magic, 40 skill, 40 speed, 40 luck, 40 defense, 10 res. So yeah, they have the same HP growth. Dew has the extra 30% on strength, the same magic. Dew has 10% more skill, Dew has 10% less speed, which is the only advantage Daisy has. Dew has 10% more luck, 20% more defense, and the same res. So yeah. calling her worse to do is very true, to be honest, despite the fact that yeah, they have very similar base stats. So yeah, and yeah, compared to Paddy of course is very unfair, but even like the easiest Paddy to make with like Medea or something, or even a really bad Paddy like Azelle or something, will be will be much better, especially because yeah, inheritance is also a thing that Paddy can make advantage of too, which of course she doesn't get because she's a substitute. So yeah, getting her, do not get her if you want a thief. Paddy is gonna do a better job no matter what. Instead, only use her in basically a substitute run when you basically have no one else. So yeah, Daisy's quite a bad unit to be honest, but hey, at least she's still a thief, so on a substitute run she'll shine because of that, because she'll be able to steal money for you. But yeah, that's really it. Other than that, she's quite horrible to use because of her really bad statistical shortcomings. But hey, she has a secret event in this map which does help her out, and yeah, you can obviously do some favoritism with her, like trying to steal items, maybe giving her the bargain band, maybe giving her a 1-2 range sword, stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, it's gonna be a very uphill battle with this substitute. But yeah, let's talk about some other fun things about her. Actually, yeah, I guess one more thing too. Her promotion is really good. She gets Pursuit. She should be able to double because she's fast. That's like one of the only good things she's good at. She won't be doing much damage right here. She'll get a sword, so she can use all the swords you'll ever need. But yeah, again, her damage is going to be very lacking, even with the Breeze sword. So yeah, and her durability is pretty bad too, but she might be able to make use of a miracle. But anyway, let's talk about some interesting things about her. In the bottom right, she does have a sprite from Frasier. So does her brother actually. I'm not too sure what she could have done, but then again, I do believe that Connaught is a thing in Frasier, so she might have had an appearance there or near that. But yeah, like I said, I'm not so sure what she could have done in that game. It's kind of hard to say, but I do like her sprite more in Frasier though. It looks a lot more like her official art, which you see on the left, so yeah, that's cool I guess. But yeah, like I said, Daisy, a bad unit, but a very fun character, from what I could tell. And yeah, even though she is a bad unit, my brother did have some fun using her with the Sleep Sword in the substitute run, so that was great. She cleared all the arenas thanks to that Sleep Sword, so yeah, that was funny to look at. And yeah, I can't see her getting added to heroes. This is something on the back of my head too, but yeah, I feel like the 4 substitutes we're going to be talking about are probably the substitutes that have the best chance of being added to heroes. All of them are girls, all of them have kind of cool designs, so yeah, that's just something interesting I was thinking about. But yeah, I don't think I'll be talking so much about Daisy, but yeah, I feel like yeah, Daisy will either be, she could be anything on a banner like that. I feel like more likely she'll be a demo, but anyway. So enough about that. Let's talk about a unit I do like, even though again they're not that good, to be honest. Time to talk about a favourite of mine, to be honest, mainly for her design, and that is Qian, Nana's substitute as well as Tristan's brother, which means that yeah, her father is one of the Nordian paladins that protected Lachesis, Eve. But anyway, he was killed off, so Qian was taken by Sigurd's army, apparently along with Tristan, but then they got separated. But Qian was found by a travelling merchant who took her in as his daughter, but then once she was 7 years old, that merchant was killed as well. He was murdered by a Granvalian soldier. But then Finn would adopt her, so yeah, that's why she starts with Leif and Finn in this chapter. But anyway, her character is very similar to Nana, and where like yeah, they're both kind, hardworking, and they refuse to give up and stuff despite all the hardship that Leif has been going through in the events here. So yeah, that's kind of cool. And yeah, when she reunites with Tristan, it's a pretty heartwarming scene where yeah, she reveals everything about her backstory too, and yeah. And it's also great to see that yeah, she has someone she cares about in Tristan, because yeah, the siblings. things. But anyway, as a unit, she's not that great, but at least the class isn't that bad, to be honest. Her main, I guess one interesting thing about her is that she doesn't have Holy Blood, which, yeah, that's a common thing. But it also means that we actually get to see what the base weapon ranks of Troubadour and Female Paladin are, because the only Troubadours you get outside of the Substitute run have Holy Blood with swords. Because yeah, you had Eflin, who had minor Boulder Blood, and then you have Nano, who has minor Easel Blood. But anyway, they get B swords and C stars, and then when they promote, they also get C lances. B swords at least allows to use the Brave Sword, so she can use that Triclarinas, but yeah, it might be a bit hard to get that on her, but at least she can heal to get experience, that probably helps. But anyway, her main drawback is that she has no skills at all. And yeah, that's definitely puts her at a major disadvantage when compared to like Nana. Because Nana can support further with Sean, as well as fight really well too. So, which Jean kind of can't. Her growth rates are much lower as expected. So yeah, I guess I could talk about those now. 60% HP, 20 strength, 20 magic, 50 skill, 20 speed, 10 luck, 30 defense, and 20 res. So yeah, her combat stats aren't that great. She does have better magic, but Mend already heals enough as is, so yeah. It's not really that big of an advantage, but hey, maybe she can maybe use magic swords, which could be fun if they have high kill counts on it, but yeah. Because yeah, a lot of people like to get kills on the light run, for instance, so she might be able to do some damage with it, but yeah, she's no Eflin though, considering that Eflin had a lot going for it in the first generation, but yeah, like I said, she seems like kind of average and not very good, but her class is still good. She can keep up with Silith, just like Eflin could with Sigurd in the first generation, so that's at least good. You will get other mounted staff units, like Leaf for example, but at least she can do her job before, you know, Leaf takes over basically. But hey, extra backup healing definitely isn't bad. And then when she does promote, at least she'll be able to stay in the front lines. Plus 6 defense is very nice as a promo gain, and yeah, she could even try fighting. Plus 6 strength isn't terrible, so, well, it's pretty good, so she might be able to fight things alright once she promotes, and yeah, she doesn't need to fight to get to promotion either, she can just use stars if you really want. So yeah, and yeah, because she doesn't get inheritance though, you're gonna need to get a return staff, which I think you can buy in the armory, but yeah, she doesn't start with that much money, so yeah, you're gonna need to help her out a lot with that. So anyway, that's really her. Not too interesting aside from her backstory, and the thing I haven't really talked about yet, her design. I really love it. I think her brown hair coupled with the pink clothes that she wears looks really cool together. I don't know why. She looks really cool, especially in battle as well. And yeah, again, I would love to see in Heroes too. She also got Cypher art. I couldn't get a full art for this one, that's okay. I think they look really cool as well. But yeah, she is added to Heroes. I would like to see her be a demo or a 4-star focus, because maybe because yeah, mounted staff unit is probably what I see her as, and those are like seeing a new version of that would be great, especially if it's fast, because yeah, mounted staff units I feel like have a lot of utility in Heroes. But anyway, again, that's just something fun about these 4 units. I feel like that all of them could be fun units to put on a banner, so yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's really it for Chan. Like I said, I really love the design. Probably one of my favorites in the series, in fact. She's definitely in my top 10, I'd say. So that's how much I love her design. And yeah, like I said, I think the backstory is good. And as a unit, while she's not amazing, and yeah, again, she can't really compete with Nana. On a substitute run, that doesn't matter. At least she can still do her job well, which is, well, heal people. And yeah, that's what she mainly does. She's not going to be as good as combat as Eflin or Nana, but yeah, at least she can still heal, and that's what's important, and that's what she needs to do. And yeah, like I said, she can always just heal to get to promotion, and the arena, at least she can at least do something in the arena. She can use Brave Swords, so to try and get through it, so yeah. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say about her. Like I said, I really like her. I like her design and all that. But yeah, as a unit, she's definitely feels a bit average. But hey, on a substitute run, she'll definitely help you out a good amount. So that's good at least. Kinda like her brother. Her brother's also a very solid unit who can definitely help out on a substitute run. So yeah, I say they both do a pretty good job. But anyway, let's go on to the next unit. Next up, this is where things get quite interesting for the substitutes of this map. We're going to be talking about Layla. So, in terms of character, she's very similar to Lean, except there's a few interesting things about her, like a more mature looking design, which leads to some interesting moments because of that. And yeah, but other than that, she is pretty similar to her, to Lean in terms of character. Because yeah, most of her dialogue's similar, and yeah, she interacts with Ares in very similar ways as well. But hey, she does have her own like interesting things like her fiery personality and stuff like that. Like I said, she's pretty similar to Lean from what I can tell, except for like yeah, like I said, design. Which yeah, I will admit, it is a pretty good looking design. I feel like she stands out a lot better compared to the other dancers, especially Lean. And Sylvia, because yeah, of course she has the black hair, and like I said, she does look a bit more mature than those two, so yeah, that's pretty cool. But anyway, as a unit, well, all she needs to do is dance, so that's good for her. Stats don't really matter for a dancer, so that means that yeah, if you get her, then that's not too bad, because she can still do her job just fine. It's just that yeah, there's some interesting things about her. Because of the lack of charm, she comes with it. Because of course, Lachesis can't pass down charm to anyone. So, because yeah, both of her substitutes don't have it. So they gave you Layla instead to give to basically make sure you have someone with charm. Now this is interesting because let's say you don't want Sylvia to marry anyone, or you decide to kill her off so she doesn't marry anyone. That means that you can actually have 3 people with charm. Which, yeah, that does sound as good as it does. That's 30% extra hit in the void. There is one big downside to using Layla though over Lean though. Layla has no inheritance. Lean can. Lean can start with both the Night Ring and the Leg Ring. Even if you think that the Leg Ring is better on Search, at least start with the Night Ring. Because the Night Ring has very low competition. And yeah, that's 40,000, so yeah. It's quite difficult to, it's gonna be quite difficult to get all those things onto Layla and make it that good. Unless you really dump a lot of money on her. But yeah, like we said before, Daisy is kind of a hard unit to use, so... And there's other people who need the money as well. So yeah, like I said, it's gonna be quite difficult to make use of her good trait, which is Charm. I say she wants the Leg Ring even more than Lean does, because she has Charm. So she wants to be close to the action, which means yeah, Leg Ring. But yeah, if you are able to get over that hurdle though, yeah, her charm is really cool, and yeah, in a substitute run, yeah, that also means that yeah, she's definitely one of your most important units, one of the best units you have as well. So yeah, like I said, she's a very interesting unit because of that. Let's talk about her growth rates. Again, she's a dancer, so they don't matter. But what's funny about them is that they're actually good. I know, shocking, right? But anyway, 50% HP, 50 strength, 10 magic, 20 skill, 40 speed, 30 luck, 20 defense, and 20 res. 50% strength growth on the dance is very odd, but very cool at the same time. And her speed isn't even too bad either, at 40%. So yeah, I kinda wish she had those growth rates on other units, and not a dancer whose stats don't matter, but oh well. But yeah, she does have Miracle, unlike Lean or Sylvia, so if you want to try making use of Dandy Ring, you need a Miracle Sword. But yeah, at the same time, she could also use the Sleep Sword if you really needed to go for the arena to try and get those nice items, like the Night Ring and Leg Ring. But yeah, like I said, Hopful Bob, again, just like Lean, she has a high starting love base with Ares. So yeah, Ares can obviously, you know, get lots of money because he's really good at the arenas and stuff. So yeah, that can definitely help out her a lot too. So yeah, that's something else to think about as well. Anyway, so yeah, she did get Cypher Art. It's by Kaboon, which is actually quite easy to tell if you're familiar with Heroes. Because yeah, he's also done a lot of art in that game too. And yeah, I can definitely see her being a premium unit if she's added to Heroes, even though yeah, I doubt she'll have a social dance, but she might come with like an interesting sword and maybe some interesting support skills. So yeah, that's why I can view her as if we put her on this like very weird theoretical FE4 sub-banner, but anyway. But yeah, like I said, she's I mean yeah, she could also get a perf sword that allows her to support better. I guess that's another option, but yeah. I don't know if she would get that, but like I said, she's a really interesting unit just because yeah, she definitely competes well with Lean because she has a skill that Lean can never get. It's just that yeah, getting off the ground is hard, but if you are able to, and you don't mind the fact that you don't want to pair Sylvia, then yeah, you could definitely go for it. It's just that yeah, I don't like the idea of that just because Sylvia is a fun person, and I do want to see her like get paired up. But anyway, and yeah, if you're worried about the brother in this friend, don't worry, he's also a favorite substitute just because of some of the tools he gets. So yeah. So yeah, you're not missing out on unlike the next person we're going to talk about, because yeah, the next unit is good, it's just that their brother isn't really that good. So it's kind of hard to justify using them. But yeah, that's it for Layla. Very fun unit to talk about, so because of her utility obviously. So yeah, onwards to the next character. Our last unit for today is going to be Linda. If that name sounds familiar, well, meet me for the next map, where we took out the chat date substitutes. But anyway, so, in terms of character, she's very similar to Teeny, who of course, yeah, she's Teeny's substitute, and yeah, her backstory is very similar to that of Teeny as well. And yeah, if for a reminder, her mother is actually Tail 2's younger sister, Ethnia, which I believe is her name. It's kind of hard to pronounce for me, but yeah, basically similar things happened with her. But yeah, Bloom didn't really like her that much, so yeah. It didn't end very well for her, and yeah, Bloom basically took her in, and yeah, then forced her to fight basically after Ishtar died. But anyway. And yeah, like I said, she's a very kind, sweet person, just like Teeny is, and yeah, has a major grudge against Bloom and his family because of the treatment of her mother, Athena. But anyway, let's talk about her as a unit. So, looking at her as a unit, it's actually pretty interesting because people actually think she's better than Teeny, which is interesting. But anyway, let's talk about why people think that way. So, she has two amazing skills in Wrath and Paragon. Wrath obviously is amazing. It allows her to clear arenas pretty easily, and yeah. Also, let's talk about another thing too. Unlike Teeny, she's a Thunder Mage instead of a Mage. So, normally I say that's a bad thing, but in this situation, it's not too bad. Because she gets A rank Thunder, because of course she has minor Floodblood. So, she can use 4 on that base. It might be a little bit hard to buy it, but yeah, just like Tail 2 at Gen 1, she can immediately start with that, and with Wrath that does amazing damage. So yeah, it's definitely safe to say that she's a much better Tail 2, because they do play similarly, but yeah, because of the second skill, yeah, she's a lot easier to train than Tail 2. And yeah, that second skill is Paragon. Yup. Because you don't get Paragon normally in a substitute run, I guess she gets it. But yeah, that's really cool. Wrath and Paragon are both great skills, and yeah, that makes it quite easy to train as well. Money ain't gonna be an issue if she doesn't need to buy the Paragon band all the time, so yeah. And yeah, like I said, she's pretty stronger than them because she can use Forearm. The issues is that she's a foot unit still, so outside the arena she's gonna look a lot less impressive. Because, you know, she can't, you know, walk that far. And yeah, she's still very frail though, so keeping her on low HP can be hard. Because yeah, she doesn't have advantage or anything like that, so yeah. And yeah, just like her mother, she promotes, and actually brother too. Or well, not mother in this case, but yeah, just like Tail 2 I should be saying. and her brother, she promotes to the Mage Fighter, which adds Adept, which could be nice, and other weapon ranks. She'll obviously get B Fire, B Wind, C Swords, and B Stars, which again, not too bad. And yeah, female War Mage or Mage Fighter, whatever you want to call it, definitely has a lot better than male because of the stars. And yeah, promo gates are still pretty good as well. And her growth rates aren't even that half bad either, because she is a Gen 2 unit after all. 9% HP, 10 strength, 40 magic, 40 skill, 30 speed, 20 luck, 10 defense, and 20 res. So yeah, she definitely has much better growth rates than Tilty. So yeah, I wouldn't say she's better than Teeny. There's two major things. Teeny of course gets inheritance, and also you can give a pursuit if you really want as well as other holy bloods. So I feel like Teeny has a lot more potential potentially. Like yeah, she won't grow as fast because most of those ponies don't get Paragon, and if you want Paragon you need to go Lex, who isn't really that great. Vantage Wrath though is pretty funny though, with that pairing. The main reason though is because of her brother Amid. Amid is not very good, but Arthur definitely is, so you're gonna miss out on Arthur if you decide to go after Linda, if you want to think about doing substitutes instead of regular units. But of course, in a substitute run, that's not too bad. She'll be one of the better units there. It's just like, yeah, she still doesn't have a mount though. So even though she'll probably fight better than some of your mount units there, she's going to struggle to reach combat, which is annoying. But yeah. Like I said, she definitely has some big downsides. But I feel like Linda is a pretty interesting unit. And yeah, because of those starting skills, her decent base stats, her good growth rates, Paragon, and yeah, being able to use 4 on that base, which yeah, she definitely has a lot going for herself, not gonna lie. But yeah, like I said, I think Teeny is the better unit just because you get Arthur and she can get inheritance, which can definitely help. So yeah, and yeah, she got Sniper Art, no full art this time unfortunately, and yeah, in that hypervertical banner for like every full substitutes, yeah, I can definitely see her giving a lot of special treatment. Of course, that banner's definitely gonna have some kind of ascended hero or rearmed hero, so she's probably gonna be like the second best unit. Kinda like how Teeny was when she joined Heroes, alongside us and Ishtar anyway. So yeah, like I said, pretty cool unit, like I said. And yeah, I think that she has a pretty nice design too. Her name is pretty interesting too. And like I said, we'll talk about that in the next map because it has something to do with a secret event there. But anyway, so speaking of secret events, I think we've talked a good amount about Linda, so yeah, let's go over the secret events of this map. Time for the secret events. This first one is a very strange one because it has a lot of prerequisites towards it. So, you need to seize Fort Melgan first, and Tristan needs to wait next to Rodobond or Delvin, depending on what you prefer. And they both also need to be lowered on level 10, so I recommend doing this before you send either of them to the arena. So here they have a very funny conversation where like they argue about who's holding back the army more, which leads to them dueling each other. And yeah, this duel gives them a stat boost. So they both get +2 strength plus on defense, with Rollerbond getting +1 speed as well, and Tristan getting +1 skill instead. So yeah, a decent stat boost for both of them. And yeah, Tristan could definitely use the stats considering he's actually pretty good. Alright, next one. I'm gonna highlight the village because yeah, you need Layla to visit a certain village. Kinda like what we did with Sylvia in Gen 1. Here she'll talk to Anna. Yeah, that Anna. You know, the one that's like in every forum game and like sometimes playable too. So yeah, she has a conversation with Anna, and then Anna gives her the barrier blade. And also it says to look out for her boyfriend Jake. Because yeah, poor Jake, once Awakening happened, he basically got retconned. But anyway, what's the barrier blade like? Well, it's 10 might, 70 hit, 3 weight, 50 uses obviously, just like most weapons. And yeah, it has the same value as the barrier, or shield sword, sorry, or defense sword. And yeah, unlike the defense sword though, it gives +7 res, which is cool. It's like a mini tier thing basically, and that's how I recommend using it. you can use it to soak up siege tomes, but also avoid annoying status stars. And you can even combine with the barrier ring to get plus 12, which is not bad. And yeah, Layla probably doesn't need it. Here's the funny thing, this weapon's in Heroes as well. And the unit who starts with it is Sylvia. So yeah, it's kind of a weird thing, because the Lean in Heroes has the Safeguard, which is the weapon that Sylvia gets, but of course Sylvia can pass it down to her. And then Sylvia gets the Barrier Blade, which is a weapon she can never get because Layla gets instead. So, it begs the question, what will Layla come with? But anyway, probably a personal weapon like I was thinking. Anyway, our last secret event is after you beat Bloom on this map, you need Daisy to wait next to Shannon, which causes another kind of funny conversation. Basically, Daisy scares Shannon because she's bored. Yeah. And then, yeah, Shannon, I guess, feels some sympathy for her. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But she basically gives Daisy a private sword lesson, which, yeah, this is probably Daisy's ulterior motive, because, yeah, just like Paddy, she is a big fan of Shan, and yeah, they also kind of character. But yeah, after that session, Daisy will get +3 skill and +3 speed, which she desperately needs. But anyway, that's it for the social events. Yep, nothing really much to say there. Pretty cool events too, and yeah, you also get a weapon that you don't normally get in a normal playthrough thanks to the Barrier Blade. So that is nice. But anyway, so that's it for Chapter 8 and the Substitutes. So yeah, next time we're going to be starting Chapter 8. There was something I kind of forgot to talk about during Chapter 7. I also want to fix my last turn a little bit, so yeah, you're going to be seeing me do that in the next part. But yeah. So yeah, look forward to that. And yeah, Chapter 8, that should be an interesting one to play. It's kind of a short map, but yeah, there's a lot that goes on with it, so that should be interesting. And yeah, I'll see you guys again for that.